Alright, everyone, welcome to Game Texturing using Maya. I've seen all you guys before in my previous class. It's good to see you back, you guys. It's a fairly small class, okay? So it should be pretty easy. I've done lots of videos to help you guys as much as I can, okay? Texturing is texturing. UV mapping is UV mapping. And there is no secret difference between the texturing class you took earlier with me and this class. The only difference is that it needs to be focused perfectly into game texturing. Game texturing to work properly is extremely constraining due to the real time of 3D constraint on the machine to be displayed properly in real time with texture and animation and so forth. So because of that, the texturing is one of the most constraining because it relies on DirectX and OpenGL to actually display in real time 3D textures, texture on a 3D object. Okay, so that gets me to, and we have 5 weeks, and in 5 weeks we're going to do a lot of things. In our first week, we are going to learn all the technique, all right, you guys, that I have to do with video game. Okay, texturing. I want you to go, the reading. There's a lot of reading on that one, and a lot of new lectures that will actually frame exactly what type of constraint you have and how you need to do it. Okay, so it'll go through everything right there, and you will have to do a project one is a full environment with the skybox on everything. Okay, in week 2, you are going to unwrap a car. Okay, this is a very important process to unwrap objects like cars, tanks, motorcycles. So I chose a car, and you will unwrap everything in that car, create and paint a texture for it. So we'll talk about projections in that time, quick section sets, and then painting and applying your projection properly for games and so forth. Now in week 3, you guys, we are gonna do some modular modeling. Okay, basically UDK and a lot of engines are starting to use a lot of modular routine to create buildings, houses, town, and so forth. In UDK, there's the model called proc building that will let you, if you give him windows, walls, and framing and stuff like that, moldings, it will actually recreate for you buildings, as many as you want, and they will all be different but the same, but slightly different, which is really, really cool because you can make a full block of something similar. And after that, you can apply, UDK will let you apply an actual environment map of your skybox into those windows. So if with one window, even if it repeats it 200 times, the same window, it'll look different because it'll apply your skybox on top of that as a reflection. So that's really, really cool. So we're going to use that modular shake and bake modeling technique. It's a modeling texturing technique at the same time. It does texturing at the same time you do modeling. It uses both. It feeds on each other's, okay? It's really, really cool. So you guys will do that. And then in week 4 and 5, you will do our classic character unwrapping and texturing. Week 4, you unwrap a full character, the body and the head. And week 5, you're going to texture the whole character. Okay, so lots of work in 5 weeks, as you can see. And we're very lucky because for week 4 and 5, I will be using the characters that one of my students have done for me for one of my games I'm working on right now called Tiebreaker. It's a tennis game. That student now is not working for me anymore because he has a full-time job. He's one of the main character designer at THQ Rainbow in town here in Phoenix. Okay, you guys. So hey, if you work hard, you get what you want. Okay, Emmett Matthews is his name. He's nicely let us use his mesh so we can texture it and unwrap it. Okay, which is really cool. If you guys do a very good job, good enough to be in my game, then I'll put you in my game. I'll put that texture in the game as one of the choice to customize that player, and I'll put your name. So hey, let's have some fun, you guys. Okay, and take it easy.